Alright, my name is Sergeant Allen. I'm going to be giving you guys a speech on picking the appropriate running shoes. To start out, I'm going to give you a quote from Forrest Gump. He's sitting on the bench with a woman and he says, "Those look like comfortable shoes. I bet you could run in shoes like that all day." And she says, "My feet hurt." Her feet probably hurt because she was wearing the wrong type of shoes. According to SparkPeople.com blogger Nicole Nichols, 85% of people wear the wrong type of shoes. So today we're going to discuss choosing the right type of shoes. First off, you need to know when the appropriate time of day to try on your running shoes is. Second off, you need to know how you pronate. Third, you need to seek advice from an expert. The majority of the information that I'm going to be giving you today comes from the runningadvisor.com, from rightdiagnosis.com, and from Battery Executive Officer Lieutenant Malozzi. First off, you want to go at the proper time of day. Does anybody know the proper time of day you should try on a new pair of running shoes? Go ahead, White.
I believe that would be at the end of the day, Sergeant.
It's correct. It is at the end of the day. Does anybody know why you want to try your shoes on at the end of the day?
Because if you were to try them on at the beginning of the day, your feet are smaller, and as the day goes on, as your feet expand, the shoes will fit tighter to hurt your feet.
That's correct. You want to try your shoes on when your feet are the most swollen, because when you run, your feet tend to swell. If you can't go at the end of the day, you need to try to get a half a size to a whole size shoe bigger. This compensates for the swelling. It combats injuries such as runner's toe. This is where the blood pools underneath your toenail into your toenail bed, and it causes your toenail to fall off. According to rightdiagnosis.com, about 8,000 people go to the ER due to running injuries. The next thing we're going to talk about is pronation. Pronation is when you're running or walking, it's the way your feet turn. Usually if you underpronate, you have high arches. If you overpronate, you have little to no arches. And if you have a neutral arch, you neutrally pronate. According to Battery Officer Lieutenant Malozzi, a good way to figure out how you pronate is by studying an old pair of tennis shoes. If you look at your shoes and you have more tread wear on the outside of your shoes, you're overpronating. If you have more tread wear on the inside of your shoes, you're underpronating. He also recommends going to the Running Advisor on brooksrunning.com and taking a little quiz that they have there. Next, you want to seek advice from an expert. There's a shoe store in Round Rock called Feet Fleet. They employ avid runners and experts to help you pick out the appropriate shoe. These runners and experts should ask you questions before you even try on the shoe to just get a baseline. These questions should be like, how many miles do you plan on running a week? Where do you plan on running? Do you have any medical issues that hinder you from running? And after they get that baseline, they'll give you a shoe to try on. After you try on the shoe, they should watch you run in the shoe to see how you're pronating. In conclusion, I've informed you of how to select proper footwear for running. The first thing you need to do is to pick the appropriate time of day to try on your shoe. The second thing you need to do is to figure out how you pronate. The third thing you need to do is to seek advice from an expert. So since I started off my speech with a quote from Forrest Gump, I want to finish my speech with a quote from Forrest Gump. Now that you know how to pick your running shoe, from this day on, if you're going somewhere, you should be running.